Well, you might ask yourself, what's the guy doing? What are we working on? And we're doing a bunch of stuff. We're kind of doing an all-in-one kind of deal here. And I think before we're done, we're gonna have fuel filter replaced, fan and fan clutch. I think the radiator hoses look fine. I don't think they're original. They are Mercedes-Benz, but I think somebody bought replacement Mercedes-Benz hoses. They look in great shape. I'm not gonna mess with them and leave them alone. I don't see, there's no degrading. You know, they're not squishy. They're good, solid hoses. And I'll double check the bottom one too, but for now we're just gonna leave them. I did not buy belts. I'm gonna need to. They need to be replaced while we're here. So again, what are we doing? We're gonna replace the condenser. Now, I pulled a condenser off my parts car, and reason being, this thing was in a small front end collision, very minor, because the core support and all that, none of that suffered any damage. I think the bumper got pushed in a little bit, and they probably put another bumper on it. Well, I mean, they had to, because this bumper's definitely not been wrecked, but it pushed the fan into the condenser, you can see. And the condenser itself is bowed. So I don't know if maybe it could have went above maybe the bumper went above the grill, or above a bumper went above the bumper, and it may have smashed the grill and just pushed the fan in. But anyway, it's pushed in. So I pulled the one off my parts car. It's in good shape, so we're gonna swap that one in while we're doing AC work. I've got a new AC compressor because that one sounds like it's about to send shrapnel all throughout the system if it hasn't already. And we got a new dryer. We're gonna flush the system well, do all that. But while we have all this apart, we're gonna, this bottom AC line right here is leaking. So we're gonna need to, it's got a split in it. So we're gonna have to replace that. I pulled the one off my parts car. It looks to be in good shape. And I think with the fuel filter off, it'll be a little easier to get to that line to undo it. So we're gonna do that. What else? Oh, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and swap alternators between the two cars. I think I want my Bosch on here. And I mean, it's a good rebuild alternator, but I'd prefer to have the Bosch one on here. So it'll make getting to this AC line right here easier if the AC, or if the alternator's off. And also we're gonna take the air cleaner off. That'll also make this easier to get to. And I've got a new stud mount, air cleaner stud mount. We're gonna replace, like I said, we're taking this opportunity to do a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of stuff in the front of the engine while we're here. So, yeah. Fun stuff. But yeah, let me go inside and place an order for these belts real quick. So I'll have them. I'll see if I can get the Continentals quick enough. If not, I may have to just get what I can get at, whatever store, parts store. I don't know if Amazon may have the Continentals and I can order them and get them here in a day or two. If not, I'll go with whatever the parts store has. So let me continue on. I'm not going to film this. I've done, by itself, alternator swaps and AC compressor swaps and all that, on that car. So I'm not going to video it on this one. I'll just kind of keep y'all up to date on the progress of getting this thing road ready. That's our whole goal here in getting good cold AC. Oh, one other thing, this thing's got the metal fan on it. It should have a plastic fan on it, and I think whenever they got in whatever wreck it was in, this is a replacement radiator. And so I think it took out the radiator and probably the plastic fan. So, so yeah, I think this one's got a paint mark on it. So I think somebody put a junkyard fan in it, and this clutch is bad. So I've got a plastic fan I'm gonna put in it. They cool better than these metal ones. I think they started doing the plastic ones around 1983. I know by 85 they had it, but I think they started putting them in around 83, but I'm not positive on that. But they do cool better. So, and like I said, the clutch is bad in this one. All right, full set of belts ordered. Couldn't get the Continentals anytime soon. They were over a week out, no matter where I ordered, unless I paid a ton of money at Rock Auto to get them. So I went ahead and just ordered some gates locally. I could get them, and I can get them today. And I feel like, to be honest, after running the Continentals, I feel like Gates is a little better quality belt than the Continentals. I know these came with Continentals. Kind of feel like the Continental quality may not be what it used to be. And when I ordered my brand new Continental belts for that one, you know, I was all excited that I got the OEM supplier belts. And once I got them, I mean, they've held up well, but I mean, there were nothing that like made me ooh and ah about them. I feel like a Gates belt is probably a little better. I've used Gates on everything else and been happy. Couple things noticing here. Our turbo is, well, it needs rebuilding. It doesn't feel like it has a ton of slop on it, at least. I mean, it's got some, but it's not near as bad as that one was originally. But it needs to be done, and it's got some stuff there that could be from the turbo, could be from the EGR, or it just could be some that I just didn't reach in when I cleaned it. But yeah, it needs to be addressed. So at some point we're going to rebuild this turbo. Probably will not do a video because I've already done that, already done a video on that. But one thing here, I'm going to show y'all real quick. The adjuster on the alternator is bent, and so I cannot get it loose enough to get the belts off. So I had to take I was about to cut them. Then I was like, well, I've already undone the thing here, so why am I cutting the belts when I can just take this pulley off and slip the belts off? And then I'm going to take that adjuster completely off, and I'll straighten it, and I'll run a thread chaser on it and get that all fixed up for when we go back together with it, and we'll have a nice bolt that is not bent. I'll put it in my vise or something and straighten it out, and we'll be good to go there. But yeah, I was about to cut the belts. That's why I went inside to order them. I was like, let me just cut the belts. Let me go order belts, then I'll cut them. And but we'll just slip it off, and then I can throw these in the back storage compartment, this whole set of belts, as spares, you know, in case we were on a trip or something and lost a belt. We'd have some with us. I always do that with my old belts. Got the old ones from that one sitting in the back of that car with spare tire, I think, if I remember right. So not a bad idea. If you got room to store them, throw them in there. Well, we got our percolating. Whilst it's percolating, we'll put the rest of it back together. My trusty old vacuum pump. Had that thing a long time. That's what we're putting in. Pressures are right where we want them. We're going to call it good. found our steering looseness. Well, that's not good. It's an easy fix. Glad I found that. Well, you can see way down in there is our new compressor, and I've covered this previously, so I really did not go into detail there. You know, it's not too difficult. Drop it down from the bottom. There's about 3 or 4 bolts that hold it in, and that's it. What I haven't actually covered is the fan clutch and, you know, the plastic fan. So, you know, it's installed now. I apologize for not showing you more on that. Like I said, this is kind of trying to just be update videos, because I'm just trying to kind of run through this car quickly because of just the time crunch and trying to get it a daily driver. So, you know, kind of what drove this was the fan clutch itself was bad. And I had this plastic fan with a good fan clutch. And so, I wanted to upgrade to the plastic fan. What you've got here is on the front of the water pump, which is, you know, that pulley, 2-rib pulley there, or 2-belt pulley, is the water pump, or is on the water pump. You've got those 4 bolts that hold it there, hold the fan clutch to the water pump. So you just undo those 4 bolts. You might have to rotate around to get to the bottom side, but that's what I did. Of course, you know, if you were just replacing the fan itself, you know, you've got the row of bolts that are on the clutch attaching the fan to the clutch. Now, as far as what clutch to run, there is some overlap. Like I said, this fan clutch, you know, came on this fan. It's a good fan clutch. It came with this fan. It's probably the original one. It's still in good shape. If you're upgrading just the fan, there is some overlap, I think, between the fan clutches between the metal blade fan and the plastic blade fan. But I think there also are some clutches that are not designed for the plastic blade fan. What you're going to need to do is take look for the part number on your fan clutch and see if it crosses to the plastic blade fan and the metal blade fan. Or, well, I guess just make sure that it crosses to work on the plastic blade fan. I'll try to put a part number on the plastic blade fan. You can actually buy them new. You know, this one came off another car, you know, and it's a OEM one, but you can buy them new. I don't know how good the quality is there. Same with the fan clutches. I don't know, you know, who makes the best quality ones or anything like that. I really haven't looked into it. You know, to be honest, your best bet is probably, you know, just pick one up at the junkyard. But anyway, so yeah, I'll put a part number there for the plastic blade fan. You know, if you want to do that upgrade, it is supposed to cool better from all my reading. In theory, you know, it should be less wear on the water pump and all that, less rotating mass. So, you know, it's just a better fan. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. You know, we've got a nice cool engine. We've got nice cool AC. You know, I kind of apologize for the detailed videos that I've kind of uploaded on this thing. You know, they're not really how-to videos here. These are just kind of status updates on how this project's going. Just because, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that I've already covered. So, you know, I because of that and the time, you know, it takes to do these videos, you know, I chose to just kind of give you all updates. And, you know, let me know if you want that to change. You know, I can always, you know, I'll try to put a link in here back to the video I've done before, but I just didn't see a point in redoing a video I've already done. So We do have some different videos for this car coming up, ones I've not covered on the other car. It involves stuff in the dash area, and I do go into details there. So that's coming up. I don't know if it'll be the next video. May switch back to, you know, one of the other projects, but that one is coming up, and it will probably be the next video that I post on this 300 TD. So hang in there if you're looking for some new content, and we will get those out soon. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.